Okay, guys, so now on to our main story of Some Good News Episode 1. And as you know, this time of the year is a time to celebrate all of our graduates. And here at Kids in Tune, we have two teachers that recently graduated from college. So, Miss Donielle, let's welcome our guests, Mr. Andrew and Miss Kennedy.
Woo!
So here we have Mr. Andrew, who has been our lead cello instructor at Kids in Tune for what seems like forever. Andrew, Mr. Andrew, how long have you been around for?
Man, I think I came in 2017. So yeah, this is year 3. This is almost our year 3.
Yeah, 3 full years, rocking it as the lead cello teacher. And we have Miss Kennedy over here, who works at Kids in Tune as a violin and viola teacher. She teaches classes as a program assistant. She helps at the middle school and high school program, keep things running. I don't know, Miss Kennedy, you're like in baseball, you have like a utility player sometimes who like plays every position.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have loved for this past year being at Kids in Tune. So I'm more new. So I started back in January. So sadly, I haven't been around as long as Andrew has, or Mr. Andrew, sorry. But yeah, I've loved every minute of it. And I love the kids. They're awesome.
And you've been a friend of Kids in Tune for a while, because a lot of, like, we've been friends, and you have a lot of colleagues at school. So, like, you've been in and around the program for a long time, even if you just kind of started working with us.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, so welcome to our show, Some Good News. This is a show where we highlight everything awesome and epic that's happening currently at Kids in Tune. So we're really excited to have you guys here with us just for a few minutes.
All right.
Sounds awesome.
Some hard-hitting journalist questions here. Mr. Andrew, what was your favorite Western Michigan University memory?
Western University memory.
Oh,
I mean, there are quite a few. Like, honestly, the most recent, like, really awesome memory was playing our last orchestra concert, even though we didn't really know it at the time.
Yeah.
We got to play with the Moxie strings.
That was so cool. Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then we got to play Shasti 5, and we got to play, oh my goodness, what's the next piece? What's the piece?
Oh, we played oh, I'm blanking. Why am I blanking? What did we play?
It was obviously super memorable. Oh, yeah. Dan, was that Danzon? No, that was
not Danzon.
Marquez. But was it Marquez? It was, it was something like, it was something like really upbeat, awesome.
We're gonna get in trouble for not knowing that name, but that's okay.
Yeah.
The most memorable moment in your Western Michigan history. I mean, it was so memorable you can't remember it.
Exactly. We were just so focused, and we were just so focused and in line, and we didn't even remember the name of the piece. We just remember playing it.
Yeah, it was just great.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, I wasn't there, but I remember it too. Okay.
From a distance.
Ms. Kennedy, could you share, why did you choose Western Michigan University as your college?
First off, go Broncos, always.
Sorry, guys.
That the two hosts of the show are Chippewas. Fire up Chips.
No, sorry.
Sorry,
go Broncos, always.
Got to be something to that.
We're setting aside our rivalries to bring this Some Good News to our Kids in Tune family.
That's right. Like to say,
but only for this time.
Exactly. Deep down, they wish they would have been Broncos. I know, deep down. It's deep down.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. They'll never admit it. Don't worry, guys.
But I
made the choice of Western and not Central.
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I attended the seminar high school music camp that Western offers during the summers in July. And so I went for 4 summers. And I remember the first time that I stepped on campus. I think this was like the first official time that I had been really on a college campus. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. We got to be in the School of Music in Dalton. and have classes like college students did, and have concerts like people did, and like be in ensembles with each other. And even though it was just over 2 weeks, it felt like I connected with the people that were there as if I had known them for years. And so I kept going back, and seeing the fountain going also was a huge bonus. And yeah, I remember when I left after my first summer when I was 14. I remember going home and I'm like, Mom, I want to major in music and I want to go to Western. And here we go. Yeah, I did it. I don't really know the process and how it all worked out, but it sure did.
And now that you've graduated with your bachelor's, I think I might be skipping ahead, but you'll be attending Western again for your master's degree, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I'm doing an accelerated master's. So I started it in the fall this past year of my senior year, and I'll be finishing it in one more year. So I'll graduate again in May 1st of 2021.
Nice. And what was your bachelor's in, and what's your master's going to be in?
Yeah, so I double majored in viola performance and composition for my undergrad, and my master's will be a master's of arts, focusing in composition.
Nice. Composition.
Yeah.
Someday Kids in Tune will be playing Symphony No. 1 by Kennedy Dixon.
Hey, that'd be cool. That would be really cool to have that kind of going on.
Let Kids in Tune premiere it, the world premiere.
Deal.
There we go. Here
Deal.
we go.
All right.
Yeah. And it has to have a kazoo solo for Miss Donielle.
Yes.
I would like that, please.
No exception.
Or like some
of course.
air drums.
I'll write that down right now. Add
Finger symbols that the monkey plays.
kazoo.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
You know that.
Oh, the
Just a little one, just boom, 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 boom.
little triangle.
You tell us, what did you just get your degree in, and where will you be going in the fall?
So I got my degree in instrumental performance for cello, and I mean, we'll see what happens with this whole COVID thing. But assuming that we can actually be in school in the fall, I'll be going to Connecticut to go to the Hart School to study performance and Suzuki pedagogy. So basically,
Nice.
for all of the cello students I have who I've been like really pounding all that Suzuki music with, I'll just be learning how to like teach a lot more of that.
Awesome. Well, that sounds
Wait.
like you'll be a great asset in a couple years to come back to Kids in Tune and bring
Absolutely.
all of that energy
yeah.
back to Kids in Tune after 2 years away. That's what Miss Donielle did, you know. She
All
left
the
for
cool
2
kids
years
do
it. And then she left her back in.
Remind me.
Right.
Connecticut, like that way, or like
Wait, East Coast? East Coast?
Where's Connecticut?
East Coast. Like
East Coast.
it's like in between. It's in between it's in between Boston and New York. Or not in between, but they're a couple hours from both of those.
Cool.
Like they're like Boston, New York are over here, and then Connecticut's down here.
I remember as a kid, I always got all of those states on the East Coast mixed up.
Oh yeah.
By the way, guys, you know what's great for a nice day at home in the home office? Some Sunkiss.
Yeah, I've got a smoothie here.
No. I'm a big orange pop guy.
Orange soda,
juice.
kids, soda.
There's orange juice in here. Does that count?
Mr. Andrew, you're in Michigan.
You're polluting our students with that.
No, I'm just telling them the truth.
Well, speaking of telling students the truth, we have a lot of Kids in Tune students that are very interested in studying music. So I'd love to hear from both of you guys, what tips and advice would you have for our students who want to study music like you guys did in college?
Yeah, I would say never give up, definitely. There was a time in my life when I was at seminar. It was the summer going into my junior year of high school. And I remember, so I'd gone 2 years prior. And so I kind of knew the program, knew how things were going. And I was slowly making my way up in chairs in orchestra. And that summer, someone new to the camp had beat me out. And it really discouraged me. And I took it really hard. And I remember talking to the orchestra teacher that was there. And just really heartbroken about it, and just troubled with I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm cut out to do any of this. And he was just kind of teaching me do you really, if you want this hard enough, then you can do it in any way. And also never to compare yourself to anyone else playing your same instrument. The only similarity that you two hold is that you play the same instrument, but your journeys are completely different. So yeah, never give up, and don't compare yourself too much. It's not worth it.
Can you top
That's
that,
solid.
Mr. Andrew?
Yeah, good luck. Look at that.
This wasn't a competition. I don't know. Like, definitely when I entered music school for the first time, you really just have to put your head down and like sit in the practice room. If you're gonna go into music, you just want to spend as much time as you can practicing, and you want to make sure that you're having a good time practicing. So you don't want to feel like every time you go into the practice room, it's like, oh, I have to play my instrument. So you always have to be creative and make that process like really fun. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes, honestly, sometimes like, and you get bored. Like sometimes you kind of just get bored, and then you've just been sitting at a piece of paper, your sheet music for a while. And I remember thinking once, it's like, what if I just like went over my pieces while watching TV? I'm not sure how effective it was, but like it kind of worked. Got to catch up on a lot of shows. Also take up every opportunity that you can. Honestly, when I first came to Kalamazoo, I taught a little bit, but I didn't teach as much as I was at Kids in Tune. And that opportunity really came into my lap. And so I really took that chance. And now I've been having such a blast teaching you guys that I want to go study how to become a better teacher in college. So, if an opportunity comes up, just take it, run with it, have fun.
Yeah. There was a lot of different things that were thrown my way too during my undergrad, and even throughout high school, of like, oh, do you want to play like a duet with me for fun? Like, sure, yeah. And like, oh, could you like play this piece that I wrote real fast just to see like how it sounds? Like, yeah, sure. Or can you play this other composition? Like, are you available to play a wedding? Just any small opportunity to play is a way to grow. No matter how it may look on paper, it's still more time that you're having on your instrument. And definitely I agree with Andrew, like splitting up your practice sessions of like just messing around with something. Like if I'm working on a concerto and I get really frustrated at this part, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to set it aside for a minute, play something random. If I'm like, just want to improv or look up a melody to a show that I've been watching, like, oh, I wonder if I can play this on my instrument, and then going back and focusing back on again it's a nice like break for your mind and for your body. For sure.
And guys, I think that's really good advice, because I know when I was getting my undergraduate in music education, I wasn't as careful about a lot of those things. And by the time I graduated, I was really burnt out. And I was like really sick of my instrument, and I was really tired of just having music all the time. I loved the teaching part, but like the playing and the performing really had worn me out, because I wasn't careful to take care of myself, like what you guys are talking about. And later, after I had a break, I started playing again, and then I remembered, like, oh, this is so important for me to keep this playing, and it makes me feel really good and really happy when I'm doing it, even though like it was really hard before and I burnt myself out. And now I have to be more, now I know I've learned that lesson, and I'm more careful about taking care of myself and making that playing the special thing that it needs to be.
Yeah, I definitely have to sometimes take a step back and remember why I'm doing it. And I go back to seminar. I bring myself back to that. And I've since become a counselor for seminar as well, so I get to be on the other side of things. But remembering of where I was and where I wanted to be and why I started playing in the first place really just helps light the fire under me again to be able to keep going.
That's great. Miss Donielle, do we have anything else for him?
I think we should ask, since it's the Kids in Tune edition of Some Good News, it's celebrating your amazing accomplishment of graduating. We should also hear, what was your favorite memory of Kids in Tune?
Ooh, I think mine, just in like the last little semester that we've had, was it's a tie between either family days when we got to bring in parents or the first day of full orchestra.
That is a special moment.
That was awesome.
That was cool this year, that first day, bringing in all of the Prelude kids, all of our youngest kids, for the first time with the full orchestra. And I believe that parents were there that day too, weren't they?
I think so. Yeah. That was so... I got chills, like standing in the cafeteria, like, oh, look at them go! I got so excited of just seeing.
That's like that moment you were talking about, like one of those, maybe for some of those kids, that will be like a moment that they remember, like, oh, that was so cool. The first time I was ever in the full orchestra.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that was cool.
that brought chills to me of just like remembering, like picturing me back in that spot and seeing like how much time has passed since I even started playing viola. Yeah, that was a beautiful moment.
What about Mr.
Yeah.
Ann?
Yeah, I've got to say, like, teaching the parents was also especially fun. I didn't really think about that until you mentioned it. No, that was really fun working with them and them seeing their kids teach them. That was really cool. Honestly, when you sent me that when you told me that question, I was thinking, I thought right back to, I don't know if it was the last full orchestra rehearsal we had or near, but like we were teaching the dance moves. So what was that song? And you were up there with the high schoolers, and they were trying to teach it, and then you got really into it, and the kids were like, what's Mr. G doing over there? And I'm like, guys, come on, we gotta beat them. And then they kind of started getting into it, but just watching Mr. G go ham,
Yeah,
that was really fun.
Yeah, we were working on oh shoot,
Walk the Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the high school kids, that was cool too, because that was a full circle moment where our 10th graders learned that song when they were in 3rd and 4th grade. And so we brought it back, and that they were teaching it then to the 3rd and 4th graders, because it was one that was special to them when they were in elementary school. I'm really bummed we didn't get to do that. We had that one rehearsal on it, and then put it down. But yeah, that was a cool moment.
Hey, if it was only worth for that one rehearsal, it was totally worth it.
Yeah. Miss Donielle, can you do the Walk the Dinosaur dance for us?
I think, right, it's Everybody Walk the Dinosaur. You got boom, boom, chakalaka boom.
Yeah, boom, boom, chakalaka.
I mean, everyone's practicing at home still, right? It's not just me.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's great. I bet that's the first time that Carnegie Hall has ever had dinosaur performed on their stage. Yeah. That's a big moment in history right there, Miss Donielle.
Yeah.
Oh, mark the date.
Mark the date. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, Miss Donielle and I, and we speak for all of the kids and all the staff at Kids in Tune. We just really want to congratulate you guys on the amazing accomplishment it is that you graduated college. I remember my very first day of freshman year of college, 8 a.m. class, and my professor, it was a theory class, Theory 101, Music Theory 101. And I remember the very first thing that he said to us was, he said, look around this room. And he said, by the time you guys graduate in 4 or 5 years, he said 60 to 70% of you will not be here anymore. 60 to 70. He said, look around, and there will, for every 10 of you that are here, there will only be 3 left. And I remember looking around the room and thinking, like, there's no way that's true. Like, there's no way that is true. But sure enough, by the time we graduated, yeah, I mean, his numbers were almost exactly right. And the reason why is it's tough to finish college. It is a tough thing to finish college. Mm-hmm. And some degrees, music degrees are one of them, are really demanding degrees. You have incredibly busy schedules. There's so much pulling at you guys. And you guys somehow you found a way to come to work every day of the week at Kids in Tune. So I want to say a huge
somehow, some way. Oh man!
and thank you for all of the input that you've had into our students' lives and into our staff, and just for being a part of our family. And like, you'll never not be a part of our family. So whenever you're around us, Kids in Tune, you come back to a concert, you tune in on our Facebook page, like you're permanent member. You'll always be part of our family. So thank you for your years of service. And we just really want to wish you guys the best of luck moving forward into next year.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no, as much as like we may have affected the kids' lives, like speaking for myself at least, they've affected mine. And
for sure.
They've helped a lot. Of just like, they helped remind me of why I do this every day. And so it was always a highlight, and I was always so excited to come each day to work, to see like what would click in their minds that day, what new thing would they learn, and how would they express themselves more through it. And it's very life-changing.
Yeah, you guys always have so much energy. Like
Yeah.
it's like if I'm feeling dead, like pretty dead after just a lunch, after having a late lunch or whatever, every time I felt like I was having a bad day, I would come and teach my lesson like, oh, this is not going to go well. Like I'm not feeling well, maybe not feeling well. And every time at least one person had really great positive energy, and it really just brought my day. Just those 2 hours every day. That was really special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Miss Donielle. Do you have anything to add before we let our friends go?
Just that, echoing what you said, we are so incredibly proud of everything you've done for Kids in Tune, and just know that your whole Kids in Tune family was cheering you on when you graduated, and we look forward to hopefully celebrating sometime in person really soon.
Really
Likewise.
soon. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, Miss Donielle, you can